Now, I know that you've heard the debate of renting versus buying, and a lot of people think that renting is just throwing your money away. As a recent first-time home buyer, I'm going to be breaking down our budget to show you how much it actually costs us when we are renters versus the expenses that we incur now that we are homeowners. Hey guys, I'm Marissa and welcome back. If you're new to my channel, here I make videos all about life and money and talk about how you can enjoy life while still accomplishing financial goals. So if that sounds like something that you're interested in, then definitely scroll down and subscribe to my channel so you won't miss any new videos. So today we're talking about the cost of being a homeowner. My husband and I recently bought a house in September of 2019 in the Portland, Oregon area, and we've now had a few months of expenses under our belts, and so we've been kind of figuring out our budget for being homeowners. So I thought that it would be interesting to sit down and compare what our budget looked like as homeowners versus renters so that we could really compare and contrast these expenses. My husband and I were renters for over 4 years until we bought, and in that time we were able to pay off $87,000 of student loan debt. We were able to save for an emergency fund, buy new to us cars that are very used but lovely, and we also saved for a down payment on a house. And I remember during this whole season of us being renters, we had so many people tell us that we just needed to buy because renting is just throwing your money away. And I definitely felt house fever so many times during that journey because we really did just want to have a house, but we wanted to make sure that our finances were really ready for having a house. So here's a breakdown of all of our expenses. I compared February of 2020 of us being homeowners to February 2019 of us being renters, and here's the difference. So we'll talk about that biggest line item first, and that is the mortgage or rent payment. So in this case, we're definitely not comparing apples to apples, as what we rented was a lot smaller of a space than our house now, and that is because we chose to make a sacrifice to live in a space that was a bit smaller so that we could save extra money to put towards our financial goals. That being said, our house now is a 4-bedroom, 3-bath house. It is like 5 or 6 years old, and we are in the Portland, Oregon suburb area. The house is about 1,800 square feet. Our apartment was also in the Portland, Oregon suburb area, and it was a 2-bed, 2-bath apartment, and it was around 1,100 square feet, I think. So our mortgage payment currently is $2,398.60, and our rent payment from the same time last year was $1,485. So our mortgage payment is actually made up of a few things. So just to break that down for you, we have principal and interest on our loan, as well as PMI, private mortgage insurance, because we did not put down 20%, but the PMI is like $95 a month of that. We also are paying for insurance and taxes in that payment. So that payment makes up all of those things. The rent payment that I have here, I have included is our rent, which was actually $1,455 each month to our apartment complex. And then we also did have renter's insurance. So just since I have homeowner's insurance in the mortgage payment, I wanted to also include renters, and that was about $30 a month. So bringing that total to $1,485. And also, just to give you like a little bit of detail, our house that we bought is on a 30-year fixed rate mortgage. We got a 3.5% interest rate, and we put 5% down on the loan. So obviously right there is a huge difference in cost between just our rent, which was a lot smaller of a unit and definitely more of a sacrifice compared to the house that we have now. But these are the varying costs that we are paying now that we are homeowners. The next line item that I have is our HOA. So our neighborhood actually has an HOA, and they cover all of the landscaping in front of our house, and we also have parks nearby, and so they maintain all of those sorts of things. I also think that it's worth something that like your neighbor can't paint their house a funky color or make their yard look trashed or park their car like in their front yard. Like there is something to be said about like the good things of having an HOA. But it does cost us $121.46 each month, and when we were renters, we obviously didn't have to pay for that cost. The next line item that I have is related to utilities. So for our house, our water and sewer is on one bill with the city, and we paid in February, we paid $95.14. And I've noticed that the bill has been around that amount, maybe fluctuates about like $3 either way, but been around $95 each month. Now, when we were renters, we paid for utilities, and the utilities with our apartment included water, sewer, and garbage. So we're just comparing the water and sewer here at our house compared to the rest of the utilities. So our apartment utilities, we only spent $70.95. Now we do pay for trash with our house now, and we actually have to pay that every other month, which is kind of funny, but it breaks down to be about $30 a month with trash. So in total with our house, we are spending $124.50 each month on water, garbage, sewer, and with our apartment, we are spending $70.95. So obviously there is still a larger difference there as well. The next line items to talk about are related to electricity and heating. So with our house, we actually heat our house with natural gas, and that is not something that we had at our apartment. At our apartment, we just had electric heating. So our natural gas bill in February of 2020 was $73.41, and obviously we didn't have to pay anything for that while we were renters. But we also do pay for electricity living in our house, so this covers any other sort of lights. So we paid $41.93 in the month of February, but when we are renters, we paid $69.47 in February for electric. But as a reminder, again, that covered all of our lights and our heating. So for lights and heating while we were living in our house, that total was $115.34. And when we were renters, that was only $69.47. And I think that this is more just because we have a larger space now to heat. And I will say when we were in our apartment, we did kind of like very sparingly use the heat, just because those electric heaters don't seem to work super well. The next line item is something that we have only for being homeowners, and that is house maintenance. We've been putting $100 a month into a house maintenance fund, and we plan to up this to be about $350 each month once we finish a financial goal of increasing our emergency fund. But this is a line item that's so important for us as homeowners because we are now the ones who are responsible to fix things if something breaks. And so having money set aside that we can put towards every month to save up for a larger home repair is very important for us in our budget. And obviously, while we were renters, we didn't need to worry about any of this, so there was $0 added to any sort of home maintenance fund. I remember when we were renters, like our dishwasher broke the first week that we lived there, so we called up maintenance and they came out and fixed it for us. But as homeowners, obviously we have to make those sorts of repairs ourselves. I've heard that a good rule of thumb is to save 1% of your house value each year for house maintenance. And so for us, that would be saving about $350 a month. So that definitely is going to be our goal here in a couple months once we finish upping our emergency fund. And the last line item for comparison that I have is household expenses. Now that we are homeowners, we spend about $100 a month in household related expenses versus when we were renters, we spent about $50. So I have things going into this category like toilet paper, paper towels, soap, laundry detergent, like any sort of cleaning product, as well as any other sort of like little decor item that we want to add to our home. So I feel like since we are new homeowners, we definitely have been excited to make this house feel like home. So we have included a few of those extras to be able to furnish our house a little bit more. Now we definitely still do have a lot of empty walls and a lot of empty spaces, but like little by little we want to continue to add to that and make it feel more homey. So this is also an additional cost that we've realized we've had since being homeowners. So overall, our monthly cost for being homeowners in February of 2020 was $2,959.80. And our total cost while we were renters in February of 2019 was $1,675.42, which means that we've been paying about an additional $1,284 each month being homeowners rather than renting the apartment we used to. When comparing renting versus buying, I feel like a lot of people just get hung up on the mortgage payment or the rent payment, but there are a lot of additional costs that go into being a homeowner that you may not experience as a renter. And we've definitely seen that come true with all of our increases in utilities and also house maintenance costs. And these are sorts of things that we didn't have as renters. So no, renting isn't exactly throwing your money away, and buying isn't always cheaper than renting, especially when you're not comparing apples to apples like we have been with our house versus our apartment. But that's our budget breakdown of the cost difference that we've experienced in the last year now that we are homeowners. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, and also don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more videos. And if you want to learn more about the differences of being a homeowner versus a renter, then check out this video here, and I'll see you over there.
Did you ever stop and think?